Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to the Hangin' Web Show. I'm GW Pomacher. You are watching HWWS Web TV, and we are bringing you interviews with artists, authors, filmmakers, musicians, creative minds of all kinds. We're bringing them to you every day. So hit subscribe. Come back over and over and over again if you're watching this on YouTube, because there's an amazing content coming out here on HWWS Web TV. We are in the studio, and we are talking live over the internet with our new friend, indie film producer, Roy Garton. Roy, how are you today, brother?
I'm hunky-dory here up here in Tennessee.
That is awesome, man. So Tennessee, man, you guys have been through quite a bit in recent weeks.
That's correct. I mean, I live here in Cookeville, Tennessee, and of course we had a huge F4 tornado go through. Fortunately, it didn't hit our house, but it was 2 miles to the west of us, and sadly we lost 19 people in that devastating storm, and they're still in recovery mode, and now we got the coronavirus, so business pretty much here is, for lack of better words, at a standstill.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now you've been an indie film producer for a while. I know you came from down here originally. You were down here actually in Brevard. I understand from Sage's notes that I saw that you were actually the Brevard Film and Talent president at one time.
Yeah, and with that cue, I'll switch hats here.
Oh, look at this!
Just so you can plug them.
Oh, there we go. I love it.
Yeah, I was the president of Brevard Film and Talent for about a little over 5 years. I helped Sandy do the 501c3, and that's when we were meeting at the Henninger Center, and we did a lot of stuff. When I was there, probably our big claim to fame when we started was our PSA Festive Freddy. That was a lot of fun with Javo Scott, and it was done for the Melbourne PD about drinking and not driving during the holiday season. And they continued to use that clip for several years. And I did help direct and write the script for The Wrong Lane and Green from the Grave, which was a zombie film that did quite well. A lot of memories there.
I believe it. Now, and you continue to produce films now that you're up there. How long have you been an independent filmmaker?
Well, on the independent filmmaker side, probably going on now about 10 years. Okay. I've been an actor ever since I was a child. I grew up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. My first gig was a background actor for the TV series of Monroe's. I'm dating myself. That was with a very young Barbara Hershey and some other people. Clay, I can't remember his last name, but that's kind of fun. I'm going to go to my cheat notes here so I don't screw up anybody. But Tammy Locke was the young child that was in that early TV series on NBC, and I'm still friends with her today. She is writing a book right now, and I'm kind of helping her with some stuff about Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So, yeah, it's been a long travel, and I've been a news journalist on top of that, and I could go on and on, but we only got 15 minutes, so I'm going to shut up.
No, the more of that 15 minutes you take up, the less entertaining I have to be. I like that. I'm with you, brother. I come from a journalism background, so the less I have to say, the better I'm doing. But yeah, so all right, well, let's talk about that journey a little bit from young kind of actor and behind the scenes stuff to journalist, now back to filmmaker. That's a remarkable journey for anyone. What do you do when you're not making films, man? Do you have a day gig? What are you doing?
Well, I have my business, FDMC Digital Media. So when I'm not doing all that, I'm working with clients on digital media. I do small business videos. I help with social media consulting and things like that. And then, like right now, with all this downtime, I do script writing. And I've got just about finished a new independent film script that I'm working on called The Joke's on You. I won't give it all away, but and my wife, Mary, collaborates a lot with my stuff. She, like with The Wrong Lane, that did really well when I was there in Brevard. She collaborated on that, and we did won some stuff and some filmmaker awards, and another film that I just completed last year did really well, and I won some awards with that. And it was a salute to Leslie Nielsen. It was called Crime Squad, the movie. And
oh, wow.
That
Wow.
did really well. I've had that in about 15, 20 festivals throughout the U.S. and Canada, and I won some stuff with that. My supporting actor won a Best Supporting Actor award for it. So that was a lot of fun. It took the mayor here in Cookeville even got involved with it. What we did is we took a lot of stuff from the old Police Squad TV series and the Naked Gun films, and kind of made it into a short film. I got permission to use the theme song actually from that from the old Police Squad show, and talked to Leslie Nielsen's widow, and make sure I was all clear on doing stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
Wow, that's fantastic, man. And let me ask you, now you do digital productions as a profession as well, and work with a lot of corporate clients. So let me ask, what is the most between the creative process when you're doing screenwriting or indie filmmaking to the working with each client? What is the biggest challenge that you face in shifting those gears creatively?
Coming to a mutual agreement on our professionalism versus what they want to do as a creative end. And you may have come across this too. When you're doing videos, marketing videos or commercials for clients, especially in smaller towns like here in Cookeville, I didn't, you get this creative fluid from them as well as like, well, why don't you do this or why don't you do that, and they go, well, do you want a budget for that? A lot of them, want something for nothing. And I'm not being mean to clients, but they don't mean to be that way. But the biggest challenge is let us do our job. Let us deliver you the great product that you're paying us for.
Absolutely, it is. I know, obviously, the interview portion of the show and the part that we produce is I would say the easier of the two things, because I get to put my creative energies into it. Whereas when we're doing a commercial break or something for someone else, it's their vision that I'm trying to bring forward, and oftentimes those things are a little hard to reconcile. So I can definitely see the challenges there. As you work right now, what has been the I love to ask this because film sets are fun places to be. What is that standout moment that you can recall working on a project that just stands in your head as, wow, this is why I do this, because this is just too cool?
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, I'm sure, but there's got to be that one that, like, you maybe early on in your career when you just said, wow, this is what this is about.
Well, let me preface with acting because I was able to get my SAG eligibility clear back. I'm dating myself in '79 when I worked on Clint Eastwood's film Every Which Way But Loose, and then Every Which Way You Can. Those are two films that he did, and I was able to be on set with some of the greats: Charlton Heston, Brian Keith, Clint Eastwood. Richard Chamberlain, and just those are all some of the wonderful memories of being on set that I've had as an actor. And but going from as far as the independent film part of it, probably when I was doing Crime Squad, and I'll tell you why. Doing that film here in this, Cookeville's a much smaller demographic area than down there in Brevard County. Just all the people just got so excited and just stepped up to the plate to help us with our film. And like I said, I even got the mayor of Cookeville, Ricky Shelton, who has really done well with this tornado. My gosh, this guy went out of his way. They don't really do film permitting here. They don't even know what that is per se. But this guy gave me ambulances. He gave me police cars for background. He gave me. I got a huge building to use as an interior set. Wow. I was able to shoot everything in one building and create like 4 different sets. And some of it I did virtual green screen. But that is what, I said to myself, this is what makes independent film great. Because I didn't have a huge budget to do this film. And it's always been on my bucket list to do this because I love, just the slapstick comedy of Police Squad and the Zucker brothers. And I think that's what it is how a community will step up and go, wow, you're really doing this? Well, let me give you this. Do you need this? Do you need that? And
That's
No
amazing. It
committee,
is.
whatever you want, blank check, give us the stuff. Here you go. This it was just amazing. And then he did the cameo for me where I was a shoe shine guy in it. I don't know if you're familiar with the old Police Squad shows, but
Yes,
we
yes.
always had the shoe shine guy, which I played, where he's a walking bank of knowledge, and then the actor comes up, Frank, and then a celebrity comes up. Well, of course, the mayor did a cameo, and he goes, it was great. It was. What do you know about bonds? I wouldn't know anything about it. And he slips me a 20. Are you talking about, it was
Oh,
great.
that's great. That is awesome. Yeah. It's amazing to see the community that forms around the creative arts. When people know what you're making and they know what you're doing, how they come together to try to help. And I think it's important for our creative artists to know that, because so much of the time we're working on a shoestring budget, or we're working with very little resources. And that sense of community is what saves the day, right? And when everybody comes out and they say, hey, I want to do a cameo, hey, I want to do this part, or I want to give you this, car or this thing that I've got. It's amazing to see that happen, and that's got to be a remarkable memory as you produce, and especially a labor of love like that. Because when you speak of that project, I can hear you're a fan. You were
Right.
a Police Squad fan. You're a Leslie Nielsen fan. So that tribute was something that was a labor of love, and it's nice to see that the community embraced it as much as you did.
Right. And going back when I was president of Brevard Film and Talent, we did a PSA too for a nonprofit, and I was able, in fact, I was the very first to get the Melbourne International Airport used as a location for our supposed vet departing from the plane. And when I presented this PSA project to them, oh my goodness, the airport manager, they all came, they gave us the concourses, places where, they're secured areas. They let us just use everything to shoot that film. And we were the very first film production company, Brevard Film and Talent, to be able to use Melbourne International Airport, exteriors as well as interiors for our public service spot. And
wow.
I again, it's just amazing. If you're not a jerk, and you show them your passion, show them your script, show them what you're trying to do, 9 out of 10 times you can get full cooperation. When I did Green from the Grave, Melbourne Police Department stepped up the plate. They blocked off the street for us. They gave us, support. Usually you got to pay these guys, so much an hour to. Oh my goodness, they just loved what we were doing there with Brevard Film and Talent and stuff. So, and the cops watched us shooting things, and it was great.
That's awesome. That is terrific. Guys, we could sit here and chat with Roy all day long about filmmaking and all the projects that he's done in his very long and storied career. We got to hear a handful of those stories. We're going to ask you to please check out Roy's production company on Facebook. It's at facebook.com/FDM Concepts. Make sure you check that out, and make sure that you're supporting your indie film and indie arts community. We are here in the studio all day long. Remember, everybody, we're going to say thank you to our partners and friends, Famous Faces and Funnies, Mommy and G Creations, Space Coast Comics, our great friends at Brevard Film and Talent, J. Bauer Art, NSC Live TV, and Hearts Helping Others of Central Florida. Thank you to all of them for all of their support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for logging on. Remember, come back to see who we're hanging with next.